Really quickly. So I'm going to talk about full circle selling, and Kel's going to talk about kind of like customer service and just some really good systems to implement as a brand new consultant, because you guys are in such a sweet spot of that you're just starting building a customer base. So the quicker you get in some kind of system, like the better off you'll be. And you'll be like so grateful that you figured out some kind of system of how to keep in touch, how to follow up. And what's really awesome is Mary Kay has really laid this all out for us under the My Customers on Mary Kay In Touch, either My Customers or just Mary Kay's, like either the My Customers app or My Customers on In Touch. So Kel will talk about that. So I'm going to talk about full circle selling. And so know that this is coming from a place of someone that did not start as a strong seller. Okay, so I was really good at booking, I was really good at holding the appointment, and I was really good at recruiting, but I wasn't great at selling the product. And I think it comes from a combination of things. Of one, I was not very confident in like asking for the sale. And two, I was more like just excited that they held the appointment and excited that they showed up and excited to be holding it, that I kind of didn't care what happened after that. And two, like I said, it made me uncomfortable to ask for the sale or talk about like them paying me. You know, that was uncomfortable for me. But when I started, I quickly did a power start because there was, of course, a prize and I wanted the prize. So I quickly did my 30 faces. But when I looked back at my 30 faces, I realized I didn't sell anything. Like, I don't even think I sold a lip gloss. I was not defeated by any means because I was having so much fun and I thought this whole thing was so cool. But it was kind of like an aha moment of like, oh yeah, we're doing this to sell products and to make extra money, and I didn't sell anything. So I should probably learn how to sell it. So selling the product is a skill, just like every little part of your Mary Kay business. And by every little part, I mean book, coach, sell, recruit, referral, repeat. I mean, those are the 6 things to master. So that's super simple when you think about a job. Okay, and selling is part of this training and part of a skill to master. And so full circle selling really means like making sure that the people you're in front of, whether you're in front of one person or you're in front of a group of people, letting them know how they can get the product. Because this is the thing, they've just tried the product, they've just fallen in love with you, they've fallen in love with the whole thing, and then when it's over, I was quickly like, okay, thanks so much for helping me. It was so much fun. I appreciate you. And that was it. Okay, so I don't even think they didn't know like how to get the product. They didn't know they could purchase the product. They didn't know. People don't know what they don't know. Okay. So we have to let them know how they can get the product if they have fallen in love with it. So at the very beginning of my appointments, I let them know, go through like, what are we doing? And this is part of your flip chart and part of your opening training, all of that stuff is letting them know what we're going to be doing. Is like, this is the first of 2 appointments. Your first appointment's all about skincare, finding a perfect foundation match. And then your second appointment's all about eyes, cheeks, and lips. And, tonight there is no obligation to purchase one thing. But however, if you fall in love with the product, I will certainly help you get it. And I will share with you how you can get that at the end of the appointment. But our goal is just to have fun and to learn something about skincare. And then you go into your skincare class. And then at the end, after we do compliment time, like we're done with the dash out the door look, we're done with skincare, we're done with everything. And I say like, okay, now it's my favorite part of the party, compliment time. Now we get to go around the room and we get to compliment each other. And not only are we going to compliment each other, but we're going to like receive the compliment. So we're just going to say thank you. And so we go around like, what do you like best about Susie's makeover and all her friends? Because I say, you all see her all the time. I don't get to see her all the time. So what do you all like best about her look? And they all tell her, and she's like nearly in tears. And I'm like, Susie, you know, what do you like best about your look? And she tells them, go around the room. And it's like, awesome, you know. So like I said in the beginning, you guys are under no obligation to purchase one thing. I just wanted to practice on your face. Like, you guys are helping me so huge. You know, this month I'm actually earning a pedicure. So just for you all being a practice facial, you're helping me, and I'm earning a pedicure on my director, and my director's my mom. So my mom has treatment in my pedicure, and they all like giggle. And but I'm like, but when we get finished, people want to know. They want to know a few things. How does it come? How to get it? And how much is it? So just so you know how Mary Kay comes, I'll share that with you. And I always use, and I should have grabbed that, but I always use the company placemat. So the placemat that came in your starter kit that you can put your tray and mirror on. And then, you know, and I don't put it on the set side, the side that like shows the sets and shows the prices. I put it on the other side. So we're done. I say, okay, flip your placemat. So let's pretend this is the company approved. And so I go through and I say, I'll go through this with you, and it also helps to kind of review what we do. So I go through. So like, okay, you see first the basic set. So the basic set in Mary Kay, what we call, there it is, perfect. Yeah, so I say, okay, so you see the basic skincare set. What we call a basic in Mary Kay is a cleanser and moisturizer. And so if you're just the basic girl, like you don't want to spend a lot of time, you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to take great care of your skin, you're what we call a basic. And what we call, and I compare that to brushing your teeth. So we should brush our teeth morning and night, right? And so you're getting your 5 basic skincare needs, and that's there for $56. And then if you want to add in the night, and I always have the products here, I'm like, if you want to add in the night solution and the eye cream, you're making up the Miracle Set, the Time Wise Miracle Set 3D. And that's what we tried. And you see that, that's there. The company sells it as a set for $110. And now you're flossing. Okay, so you're brushing and flossing. So whatever level of care you want to take. You know, your dentist says you should floss morning and night. If you don't tell me. They always laugh. So then I say, if you want to take the ultimate care of your skin, you want to take the best care of your skin, then you're going to bump it up to the Ultimate Miracle Set. So you're going to add in the supplements, the Microdermabrasion Plus set. And then I go into talking about the Microdermabrasion Plus set. The Microdermabrasion is so easy for me to talk about without them trying, because it's my top 3 favorite Mary Kay product of all time. So that's the other importance of you all trying your product and loving your product and using your product, because it's so easy to talk about because you love it. So I tell them all about the Microdermabrasion. And I say, so that's your Ultimate Miracle Set. So that's like, you're going to the dentist, you're getting your teeth cleaned, okay? And the company sells that as a set for whatever it is, $156 or something like that, or $185, whatever it is. And then I go through, usually like if we tried the charcoal mask, so I show them that. We've usually done satin hands and satin lips, so I show them where that's pictured. We've done the dash out the door, so I show them that set. And I say, okay, so that's how the company packages the product. But I like to offer discounts. Like I like to offer, you know, discounts and specials to people that sit down with me and have a makeover and listen to me talk for 2 hours, okay? So then I get out this set sheet. Okay, so this is the set sheet that Kel and I have created, and we've made a lot of these to like get it down to a science of just right. Now, I truly feel like we've gotten it pretty close to what we feel is what people want and need and what's the most popular product. So I tell them, so I'm like, okay, so I'm going to give you my discounts. This is my beauty menu. I always tease and say it's my Waffle House menu because I think it looks like a Waffle House menu and they love that. So I pass it out and say, so these, each one of these little boxes are sets. They count as a set. So it's the most, they're most popular sets. Now, you do not have to purchase Mary Kay sets, so everything comes individually. But it works well in sets, and you get a discount when you purchase in sets. Okay, so I say you're not going to see these discounts in the catalog, on my website, anything like that. They're just specific to you because you came tonight. Okay, so I say, so everyone find this little pink box. Okay, so I say, do you see where it says the Queen of Everything package? And they find it. So I'm like, that's where you get to pick out 6 of these sets and get it for $2.99. So the Queen of Everything package, that is a $60 to $80 savings, depending on what you would choose. And then this also comes with a free travel roll-up bag. So I like romance my travel roll-up bag, tell them all the perks and benefits of the roll-up bag, and say, so now you're really saving over like $100 with this package. So this is the biggest bang for your buck. Like, if you're the Costco shopper, like, you love to get things like at the best deal, like buy in bulk to get the best discount. This is your Costco package. If you're the queen, you love it all, want it all, ain't afraid to get it all, this is for you. If you're at a spot where you're like, girl, I've got a drawer full of stuff, I don't even know what's in there, like, I just need to start over, so I really need it all, then this is for you. And then taking it down a notch, so not everything, but still a lot of product, is the Princess of Quite a Lot package. That is where you can choose 4 sets for $199. So it's about a $40 to $60 savings. And then down to the Working Woman Special, which is choose 2 sets for $99. So then I go through and I break up every set. I go through each of them. And then I say at the end, I say, so this is what a lot of people will do, is they'll pair like this set and this set together, or this and this together, or this and this together. Or some say like, you know, I want this and this, how's that come? Okay, so, but what I have found is going from like the company approved set sheet to go into they get discounts, because typically they're all thinking like, I want the miracle set. Like, I would love to have the miracle set. They see it's 110, they're kind of like, I didn't plan on spending that much tonight. And then they see like, oh, they can get it at a discount. And we're women, like, we love discounts. And it pairs it all together. And one thing I've learned is like a confused mind does nothing. And that goes for anything, like whether your schedule, if you like have an endless option of things to do today, what will you do? Nothing, because you're overwhelmed with options. If we gave them a catalog, they're overwhelmed with options, and they may literally leave with nothing because they're unsure. So this at least breaks it down into sets, and they're like kind of categorized by like things that are important to people. You know, people like really care about their skincare. They have their skincare packages. If they're really, all they care about is glamour, there's glamour packages for them. If they just love the charcoal mask, there's that package for them. Or just the foundation. Or if they want a little bit of everything, we have the Miracle Set Mini plus the foundation set. So it really kind of like puts it into categories, or like lists things that we tried, so they can really see how they want to get it. And so with lookbooks, like in your starter kit came a pack of lookbooks. I have learned, leave the lookbooks at home. Like a lot of times I don't even have one with me, or leave them in the car, because people will say like, oh, do you just have a catalog? But like I said, they're overwhelmed. And if you've never seen the Mary Kay lookbook, you're overwhelmed. So it's just much easier to break it down into things we use, because typically the things they're interested in are things we tried. And sometimes they can be uncomfortable to ask, well, how much is your foundation, or how much is this? And so this is where the individual close comes in, and why it's so important. And I skipped out on the individual close for a huge part of my business, because that made me uncomfortable. I don't know why, but it just made me uncomfortable. But what I've learned is it is a game changer. It's a deal breaker, because you get people away from the table. And the truth is, like, you're not going to go around a table where people can hear you and ask each person the same question. You're just not. You can try it, but I promise you, you won't do it. You will not do it. You'll psych yourself out and be like, everybody's catching on. You just won't do it. Okay. And two, people, you know, either one, like people don't want to talk about their finances in front of their friends, or like even if they want to buy it all, but their friends are buying nothing, then as women, we do this weird thing of like, oh, I don't want to get everything because they're going to think this. Or if they can't get anything, they're like, I don't want to get anything because it's just nuts. Okay. So that's why you want to get them away from the table, just one-on-one. That way you can connect with them and say like, Susie, I'm so glad you came. It was so good to meet you. What was your favorite part? And she'll tell you like, how does your skin feel? And she'll tell you, if you could like start with anything tonight, like if money was no object, what would you take home with you? She's like, oh, I just really, really love that miracle set. I'm like, awesome. Is that something you can't live without tonight? Is that something you want to take home? And she's either going to say yes or no. And, depending on her answer, that leads you to different things. She might want to work to get $40 off of it, or she might be ready to take it home, or just different things, which individual clothes is kind of a different training for a different day. But Kel's got stuff to share with you, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But what I want you to get out of Full Circle Selling is we have to let them know how it comes. We have to let them know how they get it. And it's always so fun when they say, they want this. And when I tell them like, I have products on hand, like it's in my car. And sometimes I don't even think they catch on till one person orders something. And regardless of what she orders, whether it's a mascara or it's a huge set of things, when I go to my car and bring it back, people are instantly like, oh, well, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have this? I mean, a huge example is this morning. I did a little party at a beauty school, and one person asked for one thing. I went to the car, and like the entire time I was there, even though it was chaotic, people were doing makeovers at different times, but people kept coming up saying, well, I really want this. But they did not, they knew I had it in my car, and they knew if I left, like I'd be leaving with what they wanted. So they just went ahead and got it. So it makes a difference, and it makes a difference to let them know how much it is and how to get it. They'll either say yes or no. We're not in charge of how people spend their money. We are in control as a consultant to let them know how they can get the products that they fell in love with. So, Kel, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay. So just a couple things. Wow, didn't she do a fantastic job? Like, you made me so excited. I can't wait to go do an individual close and a table close again. But a couple things just to add on to what she said was, one is she truly didn't sell anything in the beginning. I mean, she's not lying about that. But she never questioned whether this business worked or not because she grew up in the Mary Kay home. But we don't want you to do that. We want you to get selling the product right off because you didn't grow up in a Mary Kay home. Therefore, you might get in your head that this doesn't work. That's why we don't want you wasting a face, wasting your time. We want it all to count. We want your time in your business to count. And the other thing, I'm not sure you said this, but if you did, I'll just repeat. And that is, this may also make you feel comfortable, which the words that she said were amazing. And if you just memorize what she said, she did it perfectly, okay? And that's one thing about Maddie. She has always done it the Mary Kay way. She's never reinvented the wheel. She's never done it the Maddie way. She's just always done it the Mary Kay way. But if you ask, in the beginning and you're working with your friends and, you ask to practice and borrow their face because you were reaching for a goal, then you're going to say the same thing. Is it okay with you say, I'm going to practice how the product comes and how we sell it, because that's part of what I'm trying to learn too. So is it okay with you if I just practice on that? And so that little verbiage right there might help you to feel comfortable too. And the other thing is, sometimes when you all observe myself or Maddie doing a party, it might be that people start wanting to substitute at the end. Like maybe there's one thing that they really know they won't use, but they really liked another. And when you watch us do that, that's a little overwhelming for a new consultant because they're like, oh my gosh, how does she know how to do that? I will tell you that just comes again with practice. It comes with learning your process. And in the beginning, oh my gosh, I would go to bed at night just looking at that lookbook trying to learn process. So it comes when once you start to learn and memorize the process of things, and that comes from filling out sales tickets over and over and over again, then you can easily substitute. Okay. The other thing is when I was watching Maddie, and she was talking about the verbiage that she uses and the way that she closes her party, I was thinking about how professional she was, but yet how fun she is. So at the party, just like we said, we want to have fun. It's fellowship. It's girls' night. But we're going to take that fun and take it right over into the professionalism of the table and the individual close, because that too sets us apart, maybe even from any Mary Kay experience they've ever had. So it's kind of like they see the best of both worlds, like, holy cow, that was fun, but this is also like professional, like this is like a business, and that's what we want them to see. And lastly, some of you all may have the inventory cases, and if you do, sometimes I leave it in the car, like Maddie said, and I go out and fill the orders from the car, and then sometimes I take my cases in. So when I take my cases in, that's really cool because when they're placing orders, I turn right around in my case and I feel it, and then she goes back to the table and she's carrying her little Mary Kay bag. So then everybody's like, well, what did you get? What's in your bag? And so suddenly the sales start happening. Okay. Now I actually had two things that I wanted to train on tonight, but I don't think we're going to have time for both. So I'm going to do the customer systems, and then if we have time, I'm going to share a little bit with you about the new Mary Kay Naturally, because it is amazing. Oh my gosh, you've got to be prepared to get this on your shelf as soon as it comes out. But what I want to talk about is a system with your customers, okay? And that's going to be as important as a system to your packing your skincare class and preparing, okay? And so it's just a natural thing. When I get a customer, when she purchases some product, this is the order that I go in, okay? It's also going to help you deliver the absolute best customer service that you can, because we want to bind our customer to us, so that if anybody ever says, do you have a Mary Kay consultant? She says, yes, I do. And her name is Mandy Bags, or her name is Teresa Shervis, or her name is Ariel Line. And speaking of Mandy Bags, I wanted to just brag on her a quick second, because she, one of the things, like Maddie, felt like her sales could be better, and she wasn't doing her clothes. Well, this past facial, she got intentional on doing what Maddie taught, and she sold sets from the Waffle House menu. So she was so excited about that. So again, it's just implementing and learning those skills, okay? So the very first thing that you want to do once you've come from a party or from a facial is you want to put your customer in My Customers. So you can either do that via the app on your phone, or you can do it from your computer, and the two talk to one another. So if you put it in your computer, she's going to be on My Customers. If you put her in My Customers, she's going to be on your computer, because I work from both of those equally, my computer and my phone. So that's the very first thing that you do, is put her in My Customers. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you want training, if you go to the video lounge on Mary Kay InTouch from your computer or from your phone, there is training videos. All you have to do is put in the search engine, My Customers, and it will come right up and show you how to do that, a video, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. From there, you're also going to be able to put in the actual sale that you made to them in your My Customers. Now, why is this so important that you do these two steps and you do them very quickly and it becomes a system? Is one, Mary Kay has the Preferred Customer program, where every Every 3 months, you have the option to sign up for them to receive a lookbook from the company. So if you do that, they are already in there, and it's just a click of a button to sign them up. Secondly, it helps you to keep up with what each customer uses, because guess what? They don't remember what they use, okay? So they're going to say, hey, I need my foundation. They don't even have a clue what it is. And here's the thing with the new 3D foundations, they are absolutely not going to know what it is, because they're not going to remember the little, whether it's warm, whether it's a C, a N, or a W. Okay, they might remember the number, but they're not going to remember anything else. So it's important that you put that in the computer. And then you talking about professional, when you say, oh yeah, girl, it's a W180. Okay, so you want to put that in there so you can keep up with what your customer uses. And also at the end of the year, when it comes time for income taxes, then you've already got all of that in your computer, and it's just a matter of a printout. Okay. Once you do that, now technically you could throw away your sales tickets and your profiles, but I don't do that. I'm still old fashioned. I put them in a box because I still like to have them in my hand when I want to see them. Okay, so you do with that however you choose to. And then the next thing is you want to set up your follow up. What's going to be your follow up to them? Okay, so because if they bought a skincare, you want to do what we call 2 + 2 + 2, which means you follow up with them in 2 days to see how their skin feels. Again, in 2 weeks, because once they've been on the product for 2 weeks, things can change. They can get too moisturized, not moisturized enough. We might need to switch out. All of our skin cares are compatible, if you didn't know that. So it might be that we switch them out and they use a different product from a different line. Okay, so it's what we call 2 + 2 + 2, and then every 2 months. All right, now in bonding with your customer, you are going to let her know how you're going to treat her as a customer at that party. Okay, so for example, if it were my party, I would say, so listen, so I want to share with you all what you get with me as your consultant. So I'm going to be putting you on what we call our preferred customer program, where you're going to get a lookbook from me every 3 months. You're also going to get a monthly special. So every month I do a different special on different products, and it might be something you want to take advantage of, and it may not. Either way, it's fine, but you're going to get that. I also want to get with you every seasonal change, because our skin changes, the company comes out with new products, and you do want to be trendy, right? So we do want to get together with each other. And speaking of that, recycling parties are a great way for bookings and really keeping your customers trying all different products. So what that means is, if you have 4 or 5 people, and I'll use this one party for example, I've got a circle of teachers, and they're like a little clan. They do everything together. There's 5 of them, and so I have done 4 recycle parties, and each party somebody else is the hostess, and I have sold them out of those 4 parties. I'm sure the first party was over 800. I did one a couple weeks ago because they're going back to school, and I think it was about 400. One was 300. So I mean, you do the math on that recycle party. So definitely you want to plant the seed of that, and you can say that. And you can say that even at the party. You can say, you know what, I want to be sure that I get with you all every season. So, like tonight, Susie's our hostess, but you know what, Jane, why don't you do our fall party? And then Susie, will you do the winter party? And then, so-and-so can do the spring party. And you just go right around, and you can actually go ahead and put them on your date book if you want to. All right. So it's telling me I have 8 minutes. So I'm going to have to talk really, really fast. All right. So I also tell them how I deliver. I do keep products on hand, so I deliver within about 24 to 48 hours. I'm happy to bring that to your work to you. I can hang it on your door, however you choose to. If they live away from me, then I can also CDS that from the company, okay? So you want to tell them how you're going to work with them, all right? Now, in time, these are going to be things, these next few things that I share kind of quickly, these are things that you're going to implement in time unless you're comfortable doing it now. So it might feel overwhelming to you if you're brand new, but it's okay. Make the notes and know that it's something that you're going to strive for doing. But the main thing is we want to get them in my customers because we want to be able to offer that monthly special. Now, you're going to have people that don't buy anything. You're going to have people that say they want to get with you and they sincerely do, but their schedule is busy and they keep scheduling and things come up. I mean, that just happens. Okay. It's just life. Then you're going to have some that say, I just don't really know about getting together for a facial. And I'll say, well, you know what? How would you like it if I put you on my PCP, mailed you a book every 3 months, and I sent you my monthly special via text? Would you like to do that? So everybody that you talk to, you want to get them on your grouping for the monthly text special. The reason is once they start getting that monthly and they are bonded to you, then you will eventually get them facial. Okay, because in addition to sending them that monthly special about mid-month, you could also send a little video that the company has out, like maybe on Ultra Eye Makeup Remover or like on the new MK Naturally. There's always a little short video you can pop out there to them to keep them in tune with what's going on. Okay, so things that when you get comfortable is you might even make a video, and on this video it's going to say the same thing that I just told them at the party, but that way I can send that to them as I send them a thank you for coming and allowing me to spend time with them. And then that video just goes over again, that our product's 100% guaranteed. Please don't keep anything that you don't love. That doesn't cost me anything as your consultant. I want you to have products in your bathroom that you are going to use. Don't forget too, my monthly special, so you make a little video going over everything that they heard at the party, because they're not going to remember everything, because we had way too much fun. I threw a lot of stuff at them, a lot of things about skincare, so it just reiterates what I'm going to be giving them. So that's one thing that you can think about. And then let's see. I'm just trying to go through my checklist. Maddie, is there anything you want to add to that based on kind of what we talked about? We talked about some of these things today. But the bottom line is your reorder business can be huge. You all have seen me do the training on what happens when you build 2 new customers a week. I mean, you can honestly have anywhere from about 30,000 to 60,000 when you have 100 customers in your customer base and you're servicing them, even if they were on even if they did foundation, primer, powder, and a mascara, and they did that 3 times a year with you, that would give you over $20,000 in reorder sales if you had 100 customers. When you bump that up to skincare, it takes it to about $65,000. So that's why you want to bond them to you and deliver customer service like they never imagined. They will never grab something at Walmart because you're texting them. And the big thing is, even if they don't want to take advantage of your monthly special, because they won't take advantage of every one of them. But what it does, they say, well, I really don't want that, but you know what? I need my mascara and I need my primer. Could you bring me that? So they're going to place orders every month with you by putting them on that monthly special. So again, I want you to get the system down as a brand new consultant versus waiting out here 6 months when you have all these customers and you're trying to put them on. Let's just get the system down now.
Yes. So the only thing I want to add to that is just, and you kind of touched on it, but just like meeting people where they're at. And there has been people that for 2 years, maybe even longer, I've serviced this same woman, Sassy Fuchsia lipstick, for 2 years, every 6 months or whatever. And occasionally she'll take me up on mascara. So it went from Sassy Fuchsia lipstick. The only thing she was interested in nothing else. So it was okay. It was okay. I just serviced her the lipstick. Then she slowly added mascara. Then, would you not believe, slowly we started skincare. Well, she didn't want to be committed to anything. Finally, 2.5, almost 3 years later, she wants some skincare. So people, just like Kel said, they will know that if they ever want a change or need something different or whatever, they know that you are their consultant. Like consultant as in you're going to consult them with their skincare needs and their beauty needs. So it's just meeting people where they're at. Even though, we can be bummed and say, daggone it, I was hoping she'd buy $200. Just being like human to human, heart to heart, and being like, girl, I respect you. I want you to respect me. If the only thing you want is a sample, I'm gonna service you with a sample and candy. Like I'm gonna give you the best sample and the best service of giving you the sample. And just your integrity is on the line, and they will remember that. And they will, like I said, one thing leads to another, and you just don't know what's in store. You're just planting seeds and just building that relationship with your customers. Because Mary Kay always said her company is like an upside down pyramid. Okay, she's at the very tip, she's at the very bottom, and her customers are at the very top. Without customers, we don't have a business. They are our priority. They're why we do what we do, is just to serve other people, and everything else trickles down. So
all right, we have 1 minute and 39 seconds, and it's going to cut it off. So you get a 1 minute and 37-second now commercial on the new MK Natural. Holy cow. Girls, I'm just going to tell you, Mary Kay has sealed the deal. We now have a skincare for every single person. We have repairs from 40-45 on up. We have the 3D for 20 on up. We have the botanicals for the starters, for the teen, for sensitive skin. You have acne clear proof for your acne prone skin, and now you have MK Natural for our clean girl. 3 out of 4 of the products are 100% natural, and the other one is 99.49% clean. And the little 0.5 is for a blending agent, okay? But wait till you try this. So I'm not a clean girl. That doesn't matter. I'm all about aging, okay? I like my food clean, but I don't care about my face. I want the aging. But wait till you try this powder and this oil. Holy cow. You think you wouldn't like oil on your face? You are going to love it. But this mixture is the best exfoliating, massaging mask. And when you take it off your face, you can't quit touching. It is so soft. So I feel like even our people who are not clean are going to fall in love with that. And the people who are clean, it's a whole different market that you have never sold a Mary Kay product to, because they're that strict. They're a small group, but they're a very